What's up guys, it's your boy ABC Delicious. I'm back at it again with another video. You're probably thinking like, wow, this guy's releasing a lot of content. Yeah, I have a lot of time today, so I just thought I would go ahead and release some more content because A, you guys deserve it, and B, there's a couple movies that I wanted to talk about. So the movie I wanted to talk about today, I actually saw a while ago, but I actually just didn't have time, aka also being lazy, to do a video. So I'm gonna give you a little hint on what movie you think it is, what's gonna be. Okay, now if you guess Riverdance or Pokemon, you're gonna be totally off. So a movie that I wanted to talk about that I saw with a bunch of people recently, it is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Again, I said this before, I'll say it again. Sometimes they just don't want to call it Doctor Strange 1, Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange 3. They have to add these descriptions or taglines, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna do my best to make this video pretty short as well as spoiler free. The movie has been out for a while, and in fact, it actually just came out on streaming, which your boy, legally of course, streamed it. So I feel like unless you really hate Doctor Strange and or the Marvel Universe, you probably would have seen it so far, but I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna do my best to keep the movie as spoiler free as I can. So basically, this movie obviously continues from what happened in the last Avengers movie as well as the first Doctor Strange. And I would say there was kind of a love-hate relationship. I did not know this when I went back and did my quote-unquote research. I guess a lot of people did not particularly like this movie when it first came out, and then now it's kind of finding a second life on streaming, or people may have saw it a second time and changed their mind. But for me, I thought the movie was very interesting, had a couple WTF moments. The director, Sam Raimi, you'll know him from Evil Dead as well as the original OG Spider-Man trilogy, and he also recently directed the new Spider-Man. You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So for me, he adds kind of like a nice horror flavor to the movie, which I think is kind of good because I feel like in all the Marvel movies so far, it's kind of very, I don't want to say like blasé or blah, but I definitely feel like by him inserting this kind of ingredient to it, it kind of adds to the spiciness of it and definitely makes the movie more unique. So for me, Benedict Cumberbatch, he can do no wrong. Like obviously he's Sherlock, he's in that Dragon movie. Again, correct me down below. I'll probably put the actual Dragon movie on there because I know he voices that character, and I always feel like whenever he's in a movie, he adds like kind of legitimacy or kind of stability toward the movie. And I always feel like it's very interesting. Like for example, Chris Evans, when he got cast as Captain America, I'm like, what are you thinking? Really? That guy? But then now it's gonna be hard for me to see anyone else who is gonna play him, obviously besides Anthony Mackie, because at first he was the Black Falcon, right? So again, so I think they did a good job with casting Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, because you kind of want this kind of like worldly, in the first, especially at the beginning or in the first movie, like a narcissistic, like, oh, I'm a surgeon, I'm the best, etc. That kind of like, I would almost equate it to kind of like a Bruce Wayne level of arrogance, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch definitely encompasses that, while also at the same time being very lovable and you rooting for him, because obviously, well, I don't know, I'm not really an actor, but basically, there's kind of a fine line between like acting like an a-hole, but then also people loving you for it, because if you can do one but you can't do the other, it's not good. So you have to be able to do both, and that's kind of a hard task, I would say. So he does a good job in the movie, and I'm always down with that, as well as the cape that he's rocking. Also in the movie, Benedict Wong, who I feel like he's been in every movie lately. I mean, obviously see Avengers Endgame, see Shang-Chi. I know, spoiler alert, but I feel like that movie has been out for a while, so if you didn't see the movie by now, forget you. No, I'm just kidding. And he also does a good job in the movie and plays a bigger role than you would anticipate. So I'll leave it at that. Elizabeth Olsen, who I always find interesting because I don't know why, for a while I didn't realize that she was like the sister of the kids from Full House. Was it Mary Kate and Mary? Oh man, I forgot. So I'll probably put that in the screen. But anyway, so it's very interesting that I didn't realize that for some reason. And then I always think it's interesting when you get in a Marvel movie. I think like one of the classes or one of the things you have to do is kind of your own kind of gift. Like that's the Doctor Strange, right? You got a Black Panther, rest in peace, Chad Boseman. You've got obviously Thor. You've got Iron Man. I don't know why I'm doing all of these. Hawkeye, right? So I always am curious to see like how the actors go about it. If it's like they just make it up on the spot, or there's like they're really kind of getting into it, right? As far as their emotions go. And for Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, I think she does like that, or like this, or I actually forgot what her emotion is. Forgive me. Please feel free to correct me down in the comments down below. And the last that we saw of her was in WandaVision, which, forgive me again, I have actually not seen that. I have not seen that or Loki. I kind of skimmed through the What If series, so I have to go back and watch these. This is like a first world problem, but there's just too much content right now, I would say. But I did see Hawkeye, which I keep saying it, but I need to do a review on that because I really did enjoy that. And I did see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm basically a Marvel groupie. So I think she did a good job in the movie. I don't want to spoil too much, but she has to kind of play both sides of the fence. She has to kind of emote. I would say her full range of emotions. So I think she did a good job. And forgive me, I'm really bad at pronunciation and saying people's names, especially if they're not easy, or maybe my English is very suspect. Xochitl Gomez? I'm not familiar with her work at all. I think she actually, I kind of glanced quickly at her Wikipedia. I do think this is one of her big roles, so this probably is gonna be her game changer or the movie that blows her up. I thought in the movie, she did a pretty good job with other well-respected actors, so sometimes I feel like it's kind of hard to show off yourself if you're surrounded. It's like if I'm acting with Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep, and Daniel Day-Lewis, it's like, oh god, I better bring my F&A game or it's gonna be lights out for me, right? But I thought as a newcomer, she does a good job. She plays an integral part of the movie, so I think she did a really good job. And then, as most of you know, but I'm gonna do my best not to spoil this, there's a crap load of awesome cameos in the movie. And I'm not gonna say who they are, you're gonna have to see the movie, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about, as well as other people in the movie who you're not expecting to see. And when you see them, you're just like in awe. I was like, this is so awesome. I was geeking out. So they all do a good job. And for me, it's just definitely a summer blockbuster. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna probably have to give it a 7.58, and maybe I'm being biased as I'm a Marvel fan, but really good. I have to say, as a Marvel nerd, it's ruined me for cinema, because whenever I watch a movie now, sometimes I always have to stay and watch and see if there's extra scenes. Usually now I have to Google just to make sure. Like that's what I've been doing with the last couple of my movies, like Jurassic Park or Top Gun 2, which I'm definitely gonna do a review on soon. And so it's interesting, that whole phenomenon basically that Marvel created, that we are prisoners and we have to stay in our seat and we have to wait the extra 10-15 minutes just to see maybe what, 20 seconds of whatever. So, kudos to Marvel. I don't think they really need a pat on the back, but good job by them. So I think for me, if you're a fan of Doctor Strange, if you're a fan of Marvel, definitely go see the movie. If you're not, I still say it's a good movie and you'll enjoy it. Would I bring kids to the movie? It is kind of scary, so I don't know. If your kids can handle it, sure, because I don't think there's too much expletives or sex scenes or anything like that. But there's definitely some scary stuff if you're younger. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And again, I feel like I'm shilling every time, but if you could please comment, subscribe down below. It really helps me out on the channel. It shows me that you guys care and I'm not just speaking into the abyss. And also, you can check out my social media, which I place down below in case you want to interact with me, if you want to IG, FB, Twitter, stalk me. By all means, feel free. And until the next video, peace!